high fructose corn syrup, water, citric acid, sodium citrate, sodium benzenate preservative, red 40 natural and artificial colors, and blue 1. What is it that I'm naming off the ingredients to? Rose's Grenadine Syrup. Now, I've used this many a times in my various recipes, and to be honest, it's right next to the margarita salt, something that a lot of people who aren't real familiar with ingredients and fresh ingredients, they'll go to Rose's and they'll buy it. But today, what I'm making on an Idiot's Liquor is homemade fresh grenadine. It's a very, very simple thing. All you need is some sugar, some pomegranate juice that is unsweetened. It'll say either no sugar added or unsweetened on it, which mine says unsweetened. And for an optional ingredient, I'm using orange blossom water. And I also have some lemon juice I'm going to throw in this as well. This is super simple to make. In essence, what we're making is a simple syrup using pomegranate juice in place of water. Is essentially what we're talking about here. And it's I've personally never tried it, but we're going to find out just how much better it is. So, I got my pomegranate juice, and if I can open it, I'm going to take it and I'm going to pour 1 cup of it into my glass measuring cup. Now I'm using my glass measuring cup today because I'm actually going to throw this in the microwave real quick for about 2.5-3 minutes just to heat it up. We want to heat it up. You can do this on the stove as well, but we don't want to boil it. We don't want to boil it because we don't want any of it to evaporate. We just want to warm it up so when we add sugar to it, it'll dissolve properly. So I'm going to do that real quick. So while I warm that up in the background, it's going in the microwave right now. I'm going to get some stuff ready. I'm just going to get another measuring cup ready so I can add some sugar to it. I have my granulated sugar. Granulated sugar or super fine baking sugar works great as well. Either one will do the job. Sugar is basically just sugar either way. I also have this, which is going to be where my final product goes. I just want something that seals kind of airtight that you can throw in the fridge. So I'm going to go grab that out of the microwave real quick because it's just about to finish up. And we're going to get finishing on this. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the microwave. I'm going to dump it into my other cup here. It's steaming hot, but it's not boiling hot. Big difference there. And so we used 1 cup of the pomegranate juice. We're going to use 1 cup of sugar. And I'm going to add the sugar slowly and stir it while I'm adding it so I can dissolve it well. So I'm just going to use a whisk. I've seen people also just throw it into a mason jar and just shake the hell out of it. That will work as well. I like doing this. I think it adds kind of I think it combines it better, personally. It's just my opinion. So, I got half a cup in there. And get some of the big chunks out of my sugar. I got another half a cup that I'm going to add in here, and that's going to complete my 1 cup of sugar. Alright. So, now I have my 1 cup of sugar and my 1 cup of pomegranate juice warmed up. And what we want to do from here is I'm going to add in just a little bit of this orange blossom water. You don't need much. About 1/4 ounce will do. That's half a teaspoon. if you're using teaspoon measurements. So I'm just going to pour that. It's basically kind of like a splash. Not much at all. I mean, really, it's less than even a capful. And I'm going to do the same thing with lemon juice. So I had my lemon juice in the fridge. I actually plan on using most of this for a amaretto sour that I'm going to be making, but there's enough out of this lemon that I can actually use pretty much a splash of it as well. I'm going to use a 1/4 ounce of it also, so same amount as the orange blossom water. And I'm going to give that just a quick little stir. Make sure everything's incorporated very nicely. And what we're going to do is let this cool down for about a half hour to 45 minutes. Make it cool enough that we can put it in our final product. And when we do that, we're going to refrigerate it, and it's going to be good for about a month in this form. Now, if you're not going to use it within a month, you want to add maybe like a 1/2 ounce to a 1/4 ounce, somewhere in there, worth of vodka, just straight vodka. You can do that, and it will help preserve the pomegranate juice and the homemade grenadine that you've made. So that's what I'm going to do, and hey, while I'm doing that, I might as well make an amaretto sour, since that's what I was planning to do. You can check that video out. I'll post a link to it above me. It'll pop up if you are interested in that one. Okay, here it is. About an hour later. It was about an hour by the time I got all my stuff done. My freshly made grenadine is all nice and cool, ready to put into my bottle. Now, it worked out a little bit good. See, I got about 14, not quite 14 ounces out of the batch that I made. This will only hold 10, which is okay because I kind of wanted to taste the comparison between my fresh and the roses. So, I have a couple shot glasses, and normally you wouldn't take grenadine straight, but I really want to try this out and see just how much better or worse it is than the store-bought fructose corn syrup version that you get from roses. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to pour it in here. And as you can see, the color is such a noticeable difference. I mean, it is a night and day difference between the color of the roses. Let me put those two next to each other. Here's the color of the roses and the color of the freshly made. It's dark, almost like a cola or a syrup, a maple syrup. You know, it's a big difference. And I'm just going to pour these. I don't have much roses left, so I'm just going to kind of finish it off, I think. And if it turns out the way I think it's going to turn out, it'll be the last time I have any of that stuff around. And here's just a nice little pour of the stuff I just made. Gorgeous. Great. So much darker. This is almost like a neon red. This is such a dark, deep red. It's almost like a blood red. So that, I'm going to hope, is a much better product. So we'll see what we come up with here. I'm going to start off with the roses that I've had so much of over the years. I mean, it tastes like a candy. I've had a candy actually tasted just like this. I can't remember what it was called. But I mean, it almost just tastes like corn syrup, like a sugary corn syrup with just a little bit of tart flavoring added to it. That is the Rose's Grenadine. Now I'm going to try my homemade stuff. It's definitely got a little bit more of that pomegranate flavor. I think the pomegranate flavor shines through a little bit more. And you can slightly taste that citrus in there. I did add a little bit of lemon juice in there, which, although it's optional, I do recommend it. I mean, personally, I think this is the way to go. And like I said earlier, you know, if you want to add maybe like a half ounce of vodka to that, it will preserve your pomegranate grenadine even longer. But if you don't want to add it, and there's a chance you might make some Shirley Temples or something for kids, it will last a month in the refrigerator. So this is how an idiot makes grenadine at home using pomegranate juice, sugar, orange blossom water, and lemon juice. Very simple, easy to do. All you need is a microwave. You don't even have to use the stovetop if you don't want to. And as easy as it is, I don't see a reason to go out and buy the roses. This is a better product. And in my case, it was actually cheaper to make home. So, like I said, this is the way to go as far as I'm concerned. So, thanks for watching this An Idiot's Liquor. I'm going to be posting some recipes here in the near future using my freshly made grenadine. Until then, you can check out some of the other recipes on the site. The Tequila Sunrise is one that I've already done, actually, with the roses. That's one that uses grenadine if you're interested in a good cocktail that uses grenadine. And until next time, I just want to thank you for watching. Invite you to subscribe to the channel. I update every Friday. And remember, it's okay to drink like an idiot.